Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to talk about putting satellites into space, particularly the missions. So right here, position satellite in specific orbit of Kerbin. Now, these missions, they usually give you a lot of detail as to how the craft is supposed to be built and what you need to do to build this craft, or to achieve this. So we need to build a satellite to the specifications based off the mission. So here we need to obtain an apsis of 5,000 meters and a periapsis of 4.6 thousand, or 5 million meters, and a periapsis of 4.6 million meters. Inclination is 7.2 degrees. So it tells us everything here that we need to do. Now, to build it, it says right here, build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. So we need to have an antenna on it, and it needs to have some way to generate power, so we're going to be putting solar panels on this. We got to reach the designated orbit around Kerbin within reasonable deviation, which is, you know, there is some leadway. You don't have to put it exact. You can have, you know, a little bit off. Have a materials bay on the satellite, and then all of them are going to be in maintain stability for like 10 seconds. Now this one, we're going to get 33.6 thousand up front, and we'll make 90,000 once we complete it, plus 6 science and 10 reputation. So we're going to go ahead and take this. And I do have enough science, so we'll come over to research and development, and I'm going to pick up the fuel tanks, because this is going to make us building rockets a lot easier from here on out, because we're going to have the fuel ducts, so we'll be able to do asparagus staging, and we'll have a double the size of the largest tank we've been using. So this one will give us the ability to double, or to put one in the place of two, which will make it so we can build bigger rockets using less parts, because we're still at the minimum 30 parts maximum. Or the maximum amount of parts we can have on a craft is 30. So we'll go ahead and research this. And these tanks, we're not really going to use these tanks because these are really big. I'll show you in the VAB. Alright, so, oh, sorry about that. I had a quick mission I wanted to knock out. I had to test this little tiny stack separator, the TR2C stack separator. So I built this little thing so it would launch the stack separator and clear the launch pad without having to blow up the launch pad. So, oh, no, get rid of the parts. We don't need those. Okay, now we're going to make a satellite, so obviously we're going to start with that. Now these fuel tanks I was talking about. Okay, this is the fuel tank we've been using. That's the largest one we've been using. And as you can see, there's the fuel that it holds. I'll pin that on there. Now this is the fuel tank we're going to start using. As you can see, it's double the size. 366 or 360 on the liquid fuel versus 180. So this gives us the ability to put 2 of these in place of 4 of the small ones, which is going to be nice. But I'll go ahead and set this, get rid of that for now. Let's go ahead and build this satellite up. Okay, come on. Now we do need, we're going to go ahead and put a battery on this. And I like using the round battery because it just fits rather than using these batteries. We got to put a materials bay on here. So that's, I think it's, yeah, This is the Science 9001 Science Junior, or SC 9001 Science Junior is the materials bay. And we're gonna have to put this on our craft. So let's get rid of that. And we'll just go ahead and put that right there. Wow, that's... Do we have anything aerodynamically to fix that? Nope. How about structures? Yes, I think this will work. No, I think... Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, I think I know how I'm going to build this rocket. I'm going to have some fun with it. Alright, we need solar panels. Because we're going to need to be able to charge this thing, so... Again, I'm going to put 4 solar panels on this. Let's see. Position satellite, specific order. So let's look at the note. Okay, that's the new on-man one. Have a materials bay. So we need to put an antenna on this thing still. And we only need 1 antenna. And I'm going to try to position it right dead center on the top. There we are. So yeah, there's our satellite. So we've built our satellite. Now we've got to get it into orbit. So let's see, how are we going to do this? First thing is, we are going to need that fuel tank with this engine. Go ahead and get rid of that. And we're going to need to do a stack separator. Yep. 1 stack separator. Good to go. Let's see, what else do I need to do here? Okay. Let's go ahead and pick this rocket up a little bit. Oh yeah, let's keep an eye on our parts count. Look at that, we're at 13 parts right now. There we go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and put... Nah, we'll wait until we build the rocket. If we got extra parts, I'm going to put some more science on this, and we'll collect as much data as we can from the orbit that we're going to be putting this thing into. Let's see. We want to use the swivel engine. And I'm going to put another stack separator right there. And then I'm going to put this on there. Now, remember what I said about those fuel tanks being a lot larger? This is what I mean. I mean, look at the size of that tank. Look how much fuel it's holding. 1,440 liquid fuel. This one only holds 360. So that's a lot of liquid fuel right there. But the thing is, oops, I didn't want to do that. Look how much weight it adds, mass, just one piece. 16 tons to 34 tons. It's a lot of mass on that. But because I've got that one piece right there, I'm going to have to pick this up even higher. This is going to be a very tall rocket, but we're having fun here. Let's see what we can do with this. Probably going to waste money on this. Now remember, we got 33,000 advanced on this, and I'm only up to 10,500. Okay, come all the way back down. Now I want to try and place 4 swivel engines on here. No, it's not going to let me. No, but we can place 4 of these like that with a swivel engine at the bottom. Look at that. On that piece. Look, that's insane. I mean, one swivel engine is putting out 168.7 kN thrust. 4 of these. So that's over, what, 400, almost 434 kN on top of that. So you add this all together, we're over, what, 600 thrust on this one piece. I mean, one of these only puts out 200. This thing, we're putting out, between these 5 engines, the same amount of thrust this kickback solid fuel rocket puts out. This is going to be insane going up. But it should be fun. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Now I've got 6 more spaces, so I'm going to go ahead and put some more parts on this. Let's collect more data when we're in space. So let's see, what kind of science stuff do we have? Well, we can put, for balance purposes, I'll only put 2 of these on. And I will put 2 of these on there. Redundancy, right? You always want a backup system. So there you go. That is our satellite. And our satellite's coming in at 18.4 thousand, almost 18.5. And so we're not even using, we're using just a little over half of our advance to build this thing. Now let's go and see. Oh, wait, you know what? I just realized I completely forgot. I need to add a reaction wheel added into this because I need a little bit more stability assist on this. So there we go. Since I had to pull that off and put it back on, I'm gonna double check that the staging's correct. So we got our 5 engines are gonna light off, then the stack separator, and we're going to move that so the engine lights off as soon as the stack separates. We got a stack separator and then engine right there. So there we go. Let's go ahead and launch this. And actually, let me leave real quick. Save and continue. I wanted to show you guys before I actually get going. I wanted to show you this orbit we're aiming for. So we're going to come over to this space, to the space center, space and tracking station. And let's see if it shows it. Yep, there it is. You see, there's Mun, there's Minimus, and we need to put the satellite in that orbit right there. And that's that rotation or offset it was talking about, 7.2 degrees. So we got to put a satellite in this position, which is going to be fun. Oh yeah, by the way, while I'm here, this is the space capsule, Elegant's pod. Remember we went and rescued him? Well, if you start doing enough missions, you're going to find that you got a lot of stuff floating around that you don't use. You're never going to need nothing. Well, you can take it, you come into this section, you click on it, so that way it's dark gray like this, and you come right here and hit terminate. And look it's gone. And same thing with space debris. You don't see it in normal game mode, but this icon right here, toggle debris, the green number tells you how many you've got. If you've done a lot of missions, you're going to have a lot of space debris. I mean, look at that. I've got 4 pieces of debris. You can come in here. If it's on the planet itself, you just hit recover instead of exiting it, and you recover the piece. You don't really get anything for it because it's not attached to a command mod, but you can get rid of all your space debris this way. Extra fuel tanks, engines, stuff floating around in space. You'll understand once you get enough missions in how bad it can really get when you turn on that debris look. So now that we got that done out of the way, let's go ahead and launch, and I'll show you how to launch without having to go in the VAB. We come over here to the launch pad and click on it. Look at this. Auto save ship. Nope. Not going to work. Nope. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Oh, there's our satellite. I didn't name it. We'll have to name it. So, we'll have to give it a name. To give it a name, I gotta go back to the vehicle assembly building. And this, we're going to name I might call it Science 1. Now we'll go ahead and save it. Whoops. Okay. I wanted to show you how to launch vehicles from here anyway, so. Launch pad. Come on down to Science 1. And then you can go right here. Just click the launch vessel, and it will take you straight to the launch pad. So if you got the same thing being launched over and over and over again, say you're building a space station or you're building a bigger rocket up in space, this is a quick way to do it. So let's go ahead and turn on SAS. We'll zoom out so we can see the whole rocket. And throttle up. Let's go ahead and, let's real quick. Actually, no, this doesn't require tracking. So let's go ahead and launch it. Now let's see how fast it's burning through that fuel. It's trying to gain altitude as fast as possible. Come on. Look at the ship wobbling. Because I've got the thrusters down at the bottom helping the ship move. I got thrusters at the top helping the ship move. So everything else in the middle is trying to pivot on flex on each other. Am I gonna make it or? Oh yeah, I'll be able to make space on this. I mean, look how fast I'm going already. I'm almost up to 500 meters per second. Not even at 20,000 meters yet. Let's go ahead and separate. There we are. 20,000 meters. We'll go to a 45-degree angle. Start gaining orbital speed. Give you an idea, let's go to map view. And see, I've got debris on, so you see that debris? That's what we just got rid of. That's the arc of the debris it's going to eventually fall back in and blow up. Oh, wow. I'm going to come at a lower angle. Okay, let's see how much fuel we got in the stage. Come on. stage view. I mean, look at that. We're already doing so well on this orbit. Okay, I'm going to cut the engine, save the fuel for actual in-space flight. Let's go ahead and add a maneuver. And let's just go ahead and widen this. Get our periapus around here. So our periapus will be over 70,000 meters, which will keep us in orbit. Come on. Look at that. Look how much fuel we still have on this thing. Probably put way too much fuel on this craft. But it's okay. Oh, SAS got turned off. Oops. Okay, there we go. We got a minute 14 burn and 23 seconds to go, so I'm going to go ahead and start the burn now. So that way I'm already burning when I reach the actual node, and I've used up some of that time. Because if you wait till the node, your orbit's going to be really off comparatively when you got that much of a burn time. And see, we're trying to keep the Apis ahead of us, which we're starting to catch up to it. Wow. Oh, there it goes. See, if I had waited, I would have caught up to the Apis, and it would have completely thrown off where our Apis and periapus were. Oh, did I run out of fuel? Yes, I did. Let's go to our staging. And we'll have to use this engine for the last of the burn. There we go. Green check mark tells us that we did good. Let's see how close. So here's our orbit. The blue line's our orbit. The dotted line is what we wanted. So we actually did pretty close. Alright. Now comes the trick. You want to figure out roughly where the middle, and that's the AN, ascending node, or if you come over here, you'll see descending node. That's where you're lining up. So if you come across your orbit and get those 2 points pretty close together, about like that, you'll be able to come in and add a maneuver just like that, expanding your orbit. And you'll be pretty close to that node. And that's what we want. We want to get this dotted line pretty much right on that node, on the descending or ascending nodes. So we'll go ahead and rotate the orbit over. Oh, no, this one. Thank you. Go ahead and rotate it over and bring it back in a little bit. Look at that. Look how close I got that. That's going to be within our tolerance of acceptance, so I'll go ahead and take that. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us our orbit to this side. And then once we get over to this point, we're going to expand our orbit to encompass the whole circle, and that's when we're also going to try to rotate it to match the angle that it's at. So let's go ahead and warp to here, warp to next maneuver. There goes space debris falling into orbit. Yeah, see, it's slowly hitting the atmosphere, so every time it goes around, it's going to start falling in. So, oh, we got to line up our maneuver. Ha! Come on. Okay. Let's go ahead and burn. 30 minutes away from our maneuver, but we got over a minute to burn, so. Another 30 seconds and we'll be done with this maneuver. And this one fuel tank setup will pretty much get any satellite that you've got to get within MUN's orbit into the position you need. Unless you're using the bigger command mods and stuff. So there we go. Okay, get rid of that maneuver. Now we gotta come over here to our intersect point, which I think is right about there. Let's see. And maneuver. Let's take a look. Nope, not quite. Delete. Right there. Add maneuver. Okay. Now what we're going to do here is just expand it so it's the same size as the green one there. Oh, too far. But let's go ahead and roll it over first. Okay. Bring it back down a little bit. Roll it back. Just a little bit of back and forth right now. Okay, that's pretty close. And then as I said, we're going to rotate it here. So we'll bring it up like this. So there, now we're at pretty much the same angle. But our apis is awfully larger by about 300,000. So let's bring it down just a little bit. A little tiny bit more. No, up. There we go. Okay, and we will try to rotate it. Nope, this way. There we go. Look at that. That's going to be about perfect. So, let's go ahead and find our maneuver node. Oh, there's our maneuver node. Make sure we're still gaining energy. Not much, but we are positive energy. Well, it doesn't help that we're also, let's see. What's the craft look like as far as solar panels? Oh, we're almost pointed directly at the sun right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lift this up a little bit. Just like that. So that way we're getting more sun directed on this. Come back over here and set up our warp 2 point. If you come over to the dotted line, you can select warp to next maneuver, and it's going to put you within 1 minute of the maneuver. As you see, our burn time is only 29 seconds, so we're going to have plenty of fuel left over. Alright, see, we're within 1 minute of our burn. We'll go ahead and reposition ourselves. Oops. Back onto our maneuver node. And there we go. Almost. Right there. And we'll watch this expand out to our what we want. So, and you'll see it once we get it into position and it holds it for 10 seconds, you'll just all of a sudden that green circle will disappear, and that's when you know you did good. So now this burn, I'm gonna wait till about right now 10 seconds. We'll go ahead and burn. Ten seconds before, and you can see it's already expanding out, and it's also lifting or twisting. And as we get closer and closer, I'm going to slowly slow down the thrust on this. Take the throttle down so we can get it really close. See if that's close enough. We'll hold it for 10 seconds to see if it's close enough. Oh, there it is. See? Didn't need to be exact. And there we go. We got Satellite 1 in position. And we've completed that mission. And just made ourselves another 90,000. 6 more science and 10 more reputation. -3, so only got 7, but... Alright. No. Let's go back and let's do some science exploration. Alright, first thing is, we need to get this thing in a better position for collecting energy. So, I'm going to position it right about like that. Because what that does is it puts it so this solar panel is sun exposed 78, and this is at 47. Now I could rotate just a little bit. Nope, this way. And get it close to 50. And that one's still at 70. So that's nice. Go ahead and rotate it a little bit more. 66. Let's see what this one's at now. 62. See, that's almost perfect. So let's go ahead and run these experiments. Let's get a temperature reading if we can. Now watch the antenna when I transmit this. I'm going to hit transmit. The antenna extends. You see that? And then when it's done transmitting, it will automatically retract itself. So that's why you always, when you put antennas on, you got to know how they maneuver. Let's go ahead and get the mystery goo. Yes, we will transmit it. Sorry, been a long time since I've seen that warning. And what it means by scientist is you'll have to actually bring a scientist in one of the Kerbins that's a scientist into orbit. Actually bring him up to this in an EVA, and then he can come in and repair it. Let's observe the materials bay with exposed sunlight. See? Render this module inoperable. Means you can't restore it. Restore it. Try again. So we'll go ahead and transmit. And look at our electrical charge. Oh, we actually ran out of electrical charge. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up, get us some more electrical. Oh, stop. Review data. And we'll go ahead and let's try to transmit again. How much energy does it take to transmit this? And this is why you put solar panels on things, so it can recharge the batteries. We're going to wait till we get a whole 100, and then I'm going to slow it all the way down, and we'll see how much energy it actually uses to transmit this stuff. See, it's 25 mits, and I forget what the energy charge per mit is. Okay, so there we got 103, 105 transmit. Forgot about that. Okay, 106. Transmission. And it got only to 70%. Wow. So we're looking at it needs over 150 electrical charge to transmit this materials bay data. So it's a good thing I put this big battery on here so we can get that high of a charge. So while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and review data again, get it all set. I'll go ahead and click transmit now, but I won't transmit it till I hit this button. Yep. And this is part of testing out, playing the game, learning the science behind it. I mean, I don't even know everything. I tried to do my best, but... Now, if you remember when I first started building this thing, I had like 90.9 science. And then I used 90 of it to get the fuel tanks. So I started this mission with only 0.9 science. The reason I point that out is because I transmitted a lot of data back on this mission. Plus we got some science from completing the mission and everything. So let's see here. We'll go and transmit now. There we go, 100%. And let's go back. Okay, let's go ahead and slow down time. And we'll head back to the Space Center. And leave this satellite to float around in space the rest of its life. Now look at that, 29 science. So I ended up with a total of 28.1 science off of those 3 experiments. And putting it into space. Putting the satellite up there. And nope, no new mission. So, but there you go. That's the end of this episode. Let's take a look, see if we got rid of all of our debris real quick. And see all the debris that... Oh, wait, we still got one piece of debris here. What's up with this one? And see, this one's still flying around in space. So I can terminate it. But as you can tell, it's... Apis is at 86,000. But its periapis is at 63,000 meters. So every time it goes around, it catches the Kerbin's atmosphere, and it slows the craft down just that much more. So I'll show you here. Watch what happens to the periapis. Okay. So we're at 63,000 right now. I'll go ahead and fast forward this for one loop around. Slow it down. 6313 meters. Whoa. Oh, it is. This is actually perfect orbit for this particular machine. It's not slowing it down at all. I was wrong. It's just barely missing the threshold for that. Guess it's because it's an empty module. All its fuel's gone. But we'll go ahead and terminate it. And now we're left with only our 2 satellites. Our satellite that's floating around Mun. Currently somewhere around Mun. Which I forgot to rename that one. I think we can do that. Yeah. But there you go. Alright. Till next time. Have fun flying your craft. And remember, try not to hit the ground too hard. Cat Trans Gamer, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!